Hello, hello. I'm sorry for the I'm sorry for the little setback. I had some tech issues. It's all sorted now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please come and say hello. I'm checking your comments here, so feel free to come and say hi, ask a question, share your insights. If you have any aha moments, I will ask you about your experience during the call. So uh, let's get started and let's see how you can create your winning daily mode of operations. Just a second so I can set this up. Okay. So before we start, I would like to welcome everyone on the call. Again, tell me where you're coming from. Just say hi so I can see that you are here with me and I'm not talking to myself. Okay, let's get started. So the topic of today's webinar, the masterclass as I call it, is create your winning daily mode of operation. And I'm sure that you feel oftentimes overwhelmed with everything that you need to do, and your to-do list just keeps growing and growing and growing. And almost every day something new comes out, and you kind of feel pressure to try everything because it's working for someone that you see, and you kind of feel fancy, and you are frustrated because you never get everything done. You just keep adding and adding and adding to the list, and you become stressed because you started this journey to spend more time with your family, but now you might feel that you're spending more time on your business and you're neglecting your family. And let me tell you, I know how you feel because I've been there. When I was with kids, I felt guilty for not spending more time on my company, on the business, and when I was working my business, I felt guilty for not spending enough time with my kids. So it's kind of frustration all the time. And uh, you when so many things that's going on around you, it's difficult to see and define where you're going and what really works for you, and what's the best strategy to follow, and what's the right attitude and uh, the right tool that you should use for your business. And with everything that's going on, it feels like everyone is doing so great, and you feel kind of stuck because you just don't know where to turn. And if you like me, I'm always, when I feel that I have too many things on my plate, that I don't know what to pick, and I just stop and do nothing. I just don't, I procrastinate, and I'm overthinking, and then I turn to reading and learning and trying to decide what to do. But in the meantime, time just goes on and on and on. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tanya. Right. So the purpose of this webinar tonight is to make you feel that every moment you sit behind your desk or behind your computer, that you know exactly what to do, and that you really have more time for the things that you enjoy doing, for your family, for your friends, for yourself. I'm introverted, and my personal time, when I really spend it by myself, it's the most precious thing that I can give myself, and without that, I'm impossible. And you can really enjoy your time with your family without stressing out about your business. And the best of all is that you would be working actually less, but with more focus and with more results. So you will kind of start seeing the results, and you will feel that you know where you're going and that you are on the right path, instead of just running around like a headless hen and not knowing where your next check or your next sale will come from. So let's talk about daily mode of operation. As I said, I call it shortly for DMO. It is sometimes described also as a standard operating procedures. So this is kind of procedure, step-by-step instructions that you often get they have them in a military or in hospitals or in the environments where uh, the procedures should be really run in a very organized, very thorough, um, very set mode, in a way that there is no room for mistake. You have to carry all those steps one after another. You're doing it not just randomly picking up what you like and what you don't like, and if you feel like it or not, but you really have to do them step by step, every one, and you're not moving into another before you finish the first one. And it's actually helping you and uh, helping you to focus on your business instead of just what's going on around it. It is common for, as I said, as a military and hospitals and maybe for the air traffic or the organizations like this. But let me tell you that it is crucial for a small business owner. Not just because of that we are running around and carrying a lot. We are carrying a lot of hats at the same time, but we are doing so many things that we can easily lose our focus, and we can easily get off the track without really knowing that we are off the track. We just feel busy and we just feel that we are working all the time, but in reality we don't get much done, or what we are doing is not getting us results because we are doing things that are not connected with our business, or that are not strategically bringing us more business and more clients and more customers. So sorry, it seems that I got a flu from my husband. I'm not really feeling well, but just give me a second. So do you feel like that as I described, that you know you're doing too much but you're not getting results? Just comment with a yes, or if you feel something like that. Uh, so I know that I'm not the only one. Then I'm not the only one. Okay, now let's talk about the four essential activities that you should be doing daily on your business. Uh, we'll start with the mindset, and I will explain about each of those later on as we move on. But I will just give you the overview here. So, the first and most definitely most important is your mindset, and I'm sure that you often hear that 80% of the success is your attitude and your mindset, and that is definitely true. You can do everything as the next person, but if you're always expecting the worst, or you're always thinking that's not working for me, or I'm not good at it, then you will fail, and the other person performing the same tasks as you are will succeed. So working on your mindset and really getting the confidence and getting good at it and getting positive about the outcome is crucial for your success. Then every day you should create some sort of a content. It is called passive marketing because you're not directly communicating with your client, but you are um, informing and educating your customers about your brand, about your services, about your products. This is the, let's say, blog posts or posts on social media. You're putting your content out there, but you have no control over who sees it and who doesn't. um, and this is why is this so important, because this is how you show your expertise. This is how you build your brand. This is how you create that know and like factor, and you are putting yourself out so others can find you and see you and recognize you as an expert. Then the next one is definitely the active marketing or the selling part. Not just the selling, but the whole communicating, connecting, prospecting, inviting, and everything that you do in a more controlled environment, in a way that you're talking to a person, to a group, or that you are actively participating in the marketing process. And the last one is the learning. And learning is important. Like I said before, there are so many new things coming up. We need to know a lot. We need to always learn and be better and improve ourselves and help others improve. So if we are learning, we have a lot of content as well. So we can create content around what we are learning, and it just gives you that edge that moves you forward and that shows the others that you are constantly growing, and that you can help them with the things that they are not come to yet. All right, so let's talk about the mindset first. I will just put some of the things here. What you can do, you can journal, you can write a gratitude journal, you can do affirmations, visualization, meditations, EFT. You can also do some reading of the inspiring books or something that will help you. You can watch videos, you can listen to podcasts. There are thousands of ways that you can work on your mindset. And don't rely on just maybe reading or listening. Try to participate. With participate, I mean doing active role in the writing what you want, with saying the affirmations. Be engaged. Be with your energy in what you are affirming to yourself, because the things that how affirmations and the whole law of attraction works, it's not what you say, but how you say it. So be really active. Imagine yourself being there. Feel those feelings, the emotions. Maybe talk to yourself about something. I often, when I go out with my with my dog, and I'm alone with my dog, and sometimes yes, I talk to her, but oftentimes I talk to myself, and I'm just imagining how I'm talking to my friend, or I'm calling a friend that I haven't seen for a while, and I'm just describing her my situation, but not the situation as it is now, but maybe in a year or in 2 years. And oftentimes I imagine myself being on the beach, or just you know enjoying my time somewhere or traveling, and my friends ask me, "Oh, how can you afford this?" Or how can you work this? Or what do you do that you can live like that? And they just explain what I do and how I do it, and get into the whole story about my ideal life. And I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And this is really important, because if you're just reading, if you're just listening, it is great. But if you're not actively participating with the emotions, with all your being, with you know seeing yourself there with every cell of your body, even smelling the sea, or maybe smelling the water, or whatever you wish to be, just smelling or seeing and hearing that noises around you. Be there, be in that moment, be in that future that you want to create. Oh, sorry about that. So what I personally do, and I'm sure that you've heard it a lot of times already, every morning I write a gratitude journal. I write 5 things that I'm grateful for that are actually happened in my life. And then for the rest of the page, I have these big notebooks that are A4, and for the rest of the page, or sometimes even more, I write about the things that I am grateful for and excited, and I love how they show up, but I include the things that are not in my life yet. And then I do some journaling around what I want to create. And I'm sure you also know that my word of the year, my theme of the year is go big. So I ask myself every day, what can I do today to go bigger than yesterday? How can I show up more? Just give it out, give your subconscious mind the opportunity to speak up, to guide you, to show you the next step. Sounds cool? I'm so sorry about this coughing, but I just can't help it. So let's talk about passive marketing, the content that, the content that we are creating every day. This can be anything from blog posts, articles, videos, social media posts, images that you create for maybe Instagram, or what you post on Pinterest, or whatever you're putting out to show your brand. And again, as I said before, why you should be doing this? To really show that you can help people, you are inspiring them, you are educating them, you are helping them solve their problems. Your mission your goal actually is to show them that you care for them, that you can help them, and you know the way that you walked what they're walking right now, and that you get to the end of the tunnel. So if they're struggling maybe with the weight, and you've had your weight loss journey behind you, this is a great way. How can you share with your audience what you did, how you lived, what you ate, how you exercised, what struggles did you have? This is all creating the know and like factor, because people will see, oh, she's a human like me, she has the same struggles, she knows what she's talking about, she knows how I feel, she knows what I need right now, she knows where I am, she knows how I'm thinking, and how I can do something, and she did it. Maybe she can help me too. And this is the end goal, to be someone's inspiration, to really help someone, even if you're not getting money for that, but that really you can inspire someone. And if you're not getting money at that minute, I can assure you that one day you will get that tenfold back or more, because you are not after the money, you are after serving others, you are helping them, and they will help you back. They will help you with referrals, they will help you with spreading the word about your work, they will help you by paying you. So this is important that you do every day. Oh, sorry. So let's talk about the active marketing. And this is the part that a lot of people are doing, especially network marketing offline, but they kind of forget to do when when they're coming online. When they come online, they think that they need to post, interesting posts before and afters, or a lot of let me help you, I'm challenging you, who will join me, those kind of posts, and people will just come. And yes, some will, but most of them will not. So even if you're working online, and even if you're working only online, you have to do this part. You have to meet new people, you have to make new friends, you have to talk to them and see how you can help them. And again, it doesn't mean that you will sell everyone, that everyone is the right person for you, but you kind of when you're qualifying them, you see what they think, where they are, and if you are the right person to help them. And it is better to just back off and just be friends instead of pushing your solution to them when they don't see any value and any benefit in it, because they will just see you as a pushy, salesy, um, spammy person, and they will move away. But if they see you as a someone who's generally there for them, they will be interested in what you do, and that they will be interested in how you do it. And as I said before, eventually they will refer you to someone, or they will connect you with someone, and you will get your business or money in a better way. I don't want to be too long. And the last one that is really important is the learning. And again, you can all you can again do different things. You can read books about maybe network marketing, about persuasion, about communication, about inviting, prospecting, about public speaking. There are tons and tons of business books that are really good. You can listen to podcasts, to webinars like this, go to the trainings. But as I said before, learning is essential if you want to stay in the business, because nowadays the things are moving so fast and they are changing so fast, and they're growing, that you need to be in the flow if you want to be uh, to be in the now. You don't want to be left behind. But again, you don't have to know everything. You have to choose one topic that you will really be good at and study that way more than other things. All right. So, how do you make everything work? So, do you get value? Thanks, Mira. No problem. It's just the coughing that gets me. So, do you get value so far? Did you see the things that you should be doing? Are you doing them, all of those, or are you skipping some of the things that I said? All right. So, uh, thanks, Stephanie. So, how do you make everything work? I know that I put out a lot of things that you should be doing, and you might be thinking, oh God, I'm already doing so much, and now I should do even more. But don't worry, I have a system to this madness. All right, so how do you start? List all your activities. Write down everything that you do, even the smallest activity that you do every day, or maybe during the week, if you're not doing them every day. Just write down everything that you do. It could be simple as posting 3 times on Instagram, posting 5 times on Facebook, sending happy birthday to my friends that celebrate their day, uh, getting connecting with 5 new friends. I write a blog post. I send an email to my list. Everything that you do, everything. Uh, I talk to my team. I uh, I send out the deliveries for my customers. I send them thank you messages. Whatever you do, just write them down, and don't maybe observe yourself during a week and just write everything down that you're doing, and then eliminate those that are not non-essential. Okay, maybe that's the word. I'm not sure right now. But those that are not important in your business, because I can almost guarantee that maybe 1/3 of your activities are not important for you at that moment. I can almost guarantee, because we are doing really so much of the things that we think that we should be doing but are not really working for us. So eliminate those that are not working for you, that are too much struggle for you, that you feel that you are that you're pressuring yourself to do them. Because even though, yes, it is a lot of work and sometimes you don't feel like it, but it should never be something that you dread doing, or that you are stressed out, for hours before you start, and after you finish you are, wiped out and you have no energy for anything else. This is the kind of work that you should not be doing. And if you can delegate it or just remove it, would be perfect. And focus on one strategy. Don't try to build your Twitter, Instagram, Facebook group, Facebook page, Pinterest, webinars, or anything that someone comes around, and you just when you see that it is working for them, oh yeah, I should be jumping on that one. Just focus on one. Choose one that you are the best with, that you feel the most comfortable with, that you feel that you can get uh, a lot of value, that you can give a value by being you, by showing up, and then develop that strategy and learn it and be good at it, and just become an expert in that one. And when you're so good at it that you can really do it with almost closed eyes, then you can move to another one. And you cannot work on 10 things at the same time. You just cannot. So focus on one and eliminate everything that is not connected with that one. If you're focusing on maybe Facebook, then ignore Twitter, ignore Instagram, ignore everything. If you choose doing videos is one thing, okay, go with the YouTube, go with the live videos, but again, ignore all the others. Maybe you can start webinars, maybe you can write an ebook, but focus on that one for a while until you get results, and then you can move on to another. So when you will have all these activities done, schedule them in the calendar and choose when you will working them. When is the best time for you to work on that? And the last time I talked about the blocks and the I always say downtown. I don't know why, but downtime. So maybe you can listen to audiobook or the podcast while you're cooking, or maybe you are driving your kids to school, and back when you're alone in a car, you can listen to something. Maybe you can, like I do when I go out with my dog. I usually I talk to myself, or again talk to myself, but I write a blog post in my head. I write again as if I'm talking to a friend. I write something, some content for my blog or for my group. And then when I come home, I just write it down and maybe just edit a little, and I'm done. So try to create your schedule around your normal day. When are you most active? When are you most productive? What can you do while doing other things? You can connect with maybe on Facebook. What I do usually, I usually go to Messenger in the evening. So I sit in front of the TV with my husband, and we both are behind our computers, kind of spending time together, but not really. And I message my friends. I don't need silence around me or really focused time to chat with friends. But I need a focused time to write something. I need focused time to create something. I need focused time to write an ebook. So try to see how you are working when you're doing certain activities, when you are most in the mood for them, when is the most appropriate to do them. And if you want the secret to make it work even better, that is how I do it, is create in bulk. That is the first uh, thing that I do is I post most of my group posts on Sunday. I use Hootsuite. It's not the best, but it is good enough to so you can schedule and create in bulk. So when I, for example, when I create an image um, for the for the topics of the day, or when I have a content and I have a series of content, and I always kind of lead with the content that is guiding people and giving some value and nuggets and teach them to my Monday webinar. So then this week we were talking about DMO, so my posts were about DMO. Next week I will be talking about getting leads on social media. So will be writing about getting leads. And when I create an image, I use the app called Adobe Spark, and when I create an image, it's easy to keep the design, but just change the words and maybe change the background image a little. It's like a minute of work, and I get 5 or 6 images done in 5 minutes. And then when I write, I brainstorm all the ideas what I will be talking about in the webinar. I create these slides, and then I break them down and I create a content around topics in the slides. So it's everything is uh, kind of when you are in the mood. It's not just that you are saving a lot of time doing that, but you're also using the energy and the mood that you are in. So if you're jumping from one task to another and you're doing 5 minutes this and 5 minutes that, and then jump to another again, and then come back and then do that again, and it's a lot of opening and closing the tabs and apps on the computer and finding the files, and it also uh, create your brain is confused. If you I've read a recent study, maybe it's not that recent, but I've read a study that when you are really focused on something and that you're doing it, and then a message comes in and you look at it, you're not even replying or not even, you're just, hear the noise. You're not even reading it. You just hear that beep of the message. It stops your brain for 15 minutes. Not stops, but it takes 15 minutes to get back into that focus and that mood, and that you pick up from where you left before that message came in. So if you're creating in bulk, you're actually using that focus and that energy. And if you are in the writing, you just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. If you are in creating images, you are in that space and that energy of creating, and you just create a little more. So that is one thing that I do that really helps me, to have few things prepared in advance. As I mentioned before, I use Hootsuite to schedule things. What I'm saying here is a lot of it has a lot to do about regards to the content creation. But if I create a content in advance for the whole week, then I have more time to learn new things, or to communicate with friends and invite them and prospect and all the other things that I need to do. So schedule them in advance. There are a lot of scheduling apps. I use Hootsuite for my group. So I also schedule things for my Facebook page. but then there it's better to schedule on the page itself, because the Facebook page has the ability to schedule posts, and because Facebook prefers their native posts, it is better if you schedule them there, but the principle is the same. You just create something, you put there, schedule for the next few days, and you're done. And you don't have to post 100 times every day, 2, 3, 5 times a day is more than enough. So you only need maybe 15 posts, and not every post needs to be long essay, but it can be, simple question, yes or no, or something around. Maybe you can just share a link from something that you've read. So you can create all these things. Uh, and I have a simple spreadsheet that I fill in, so I know exactly where I post it and when. So I can see uh, what I have scheduled, what kind of posts I have scheduled, and what I need to write during the week if I not scheduled everything. So this really helps me, and I create, let's say, for the group, good morning posts. And 5 good morning posts is a 5-minute work. I can schedule them and I'm done. I don't worry every morning, oh, what will I write today? What will I post today? Oh, I should hurry. I should post in the group early in the morning or whatever. I know that it's there. I don't worry about it anymore. Uh, and then automate things. If you can, have the systems in place that will help you, that will help you let's say, speak instead of you. You cannot automate all the things, but for example, what I do is I use the tool called EFTTT, I think, if this then that.com. And every time I post something on Instagram, it goes automatically to my Twitter account, and it goes automatically to my Facebook page. So I kind of, with one post, I created three posts on 3 different social media. I also have a certain this tool, if this then that, has what are called recipes. So if something happens, then do this. So if I post on Instagram, then post on Twitter. If I post on Instagram, then post on my Facebook page. And I also have set it, if I post on Instagram with certain hashtag. For example, if one of my hashtags is motivational quote, I have a Pinterest board, and this same post goes to the Pinterest. If I don't use that hashtag, then it doesn't go to Pinterest. So try to automate things, and you can do a lot of things with these tools that we have right now. Or maybe when I write a blog post, I use an app called SumoMe, and there are those little buttons that they can just share to every social media possible. So I just share 5 times. I click share to different social media, and I'm done. So uh, there are ways that you can really focus on one social media, but still keep kind of appearances on the other, so you're not completely out of date. Oh yeah, Mira, I will write it down under this webinar, so you will have all the links that I talked about here. And the another thing that I use is so-called zero-level marketing. This is what I use right now when my husband is at home for almost a week now. I'm not feeling really well, and I'm still kind of appearing on social media, posting, and I have, from all those activities that I write down that I want to do every day, I've selected few that I'm doing no matter what. and posting and scheduling and preparing the post to go out, even if I'm not, feeling well, or if I'm not at home or at computer, those are called zero level marketing. So you're still creating content, you're still putting yourself out, you're still doing nothing, you're not just not vanishing out in thin air, but you kind of give the appearance that you're active and that you're still there without you being really there. And it's not for every day, it is just for the, let's say, emergencies. But it's good to have kind of system in place that you still are active and still show up without really being there. uh and I'm not sure that I write it down here, no. What Oh gosh, now I forgot what I wanted to say. Okay, never mind. I forgot. Uh, so what again? If we, oh yeah, uh, with the bulk, I say before I'm doing my mindset work every day. I'm doing the passive and active marketing every day, but I'm doing learning on weekends, or maybe now that I'm not doing much, but I'm more or less, uh, resting. I learn in bulk. So it it's not really. It is important to learn every day, but oftentimes it's better if you spend 2 3 hours of listening to a webinar. They can be sometimes really long. I know that in MLSP sometimes they are 2 3 hours long, so you need a lot of time, and oftentimes you cannot squeeze that during the week. So I kind of have my learning days, especially now when it's snow outside, it's cold, and we are more or less inside. I spend more time on the learning, and I just sit behind my computer, have my notes, and do like a marathon of learning for 2 3 hours, 4 hours, instead of watching a series on TV or a movie. I watch webinars. And so whatever you those five four types of activities, they are all important, they are all essential for your business. But what is more important than that is that you do them in your own flow. And I'm not saying that you do them when you are ready or when you feel like that, because the key to getting things done is actually to have a system in place that you do when you're not ready, even when you don't feel like it, but you sit down and you just create it and say, okay, I will spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes on my images, and I'm done with that. But to really feel what works for you. Are you better at writing? Are you better at speaking? Are you better in videos? Are you better in personal connections? Are you better? Uh, do you prefer Facebook? Do you prefer Twitter? Do you prefer Instagram? Choose what works for you. Because no matter what you do, you will succeed if you keep pushing and if you're consistent with your actions. But if you're all over the place, you have no chance, because you will just be all over the place. You will be one day here, one day there, and before you are around all those social media, the first ones will forget about you. So just whatever you choose to do, be consistent, and do things that works for you, because you can always find uh, examples and stories of people that made uh, a lot of money, that grow their business on all kinds of social media. One guy will tell you that he did webinars and they worked for them. One will tell you he created his empire on Twitter. The other one will tell you he created his on the Instagram, and One will say, I've been doing it offline only, I'm not doing anything online. The other will say, I'm just working online. So there are always ways. There are, there is always someone that succeeded and that is really an expert in what you want to do. Just focus on the ones that work for you, and that's the real secret behind everything. Do what you are best at, do what you like doing. I started the webinars, I don't know, 5 years ago. I think that I posted the other day how I started my videos, and my first video attempt was, you know I shoot it, uh I think that 47 times. But it's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that never, yeah, it was horrible, it was dreading, it was, terrifying to be in front of the camera. But I love speaking, I love talking, I love the energy that you can create, with your words and with your voice. And it's completely different than just written word. And I can be good at writing, but I feel for myself that I enjoy speaking better, so I do it more. And yeah, we all start something that we are not good at. We need to grow, but again, do what makes you happy. And I'm sure you know the difference between, something that's really awful. And if you're in network marketing, I'm sure that you cringe if someone says do the cold calling. But there's, a different excitement and a different fear when, example, someone says do the live video, and you are, yes, I should really, this is something I want to do, I'm scared to death, but I will do it. It's a completely different energy. So go for that energy that is scary, but you know that you want to do it, and you will definitely succeed. uh, so I hope this gave you some value, that you got something out of it, that you know what you will do and how you will create this. But again, you can still apply for oops, you can still apply for the free strategy session with me, so we can go through all these things and uh, see where you are and what you need to be doing, what you want, what you need to learn, what you need to apply in your business, so you keep growing. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Hey, Tanya. No problem. Of course, we are finishing up. So, uh, yes, I'm planning on doing the Monday masterclass for every Monday uh, in the future. So, if you have any ideas what you want me to talk about, if you have any topics that you want me to cover, I will be happy to do them. As I said, the next week's topic is about getting leads on social media. I think that's a big topic that help a lot of you. But still, if you have any questions, if you don't post them now, post them under the video in the group, or send me a message, and I will try to help you. Um, so I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that uh, this was helping you. That I gave you some ideas how you can create your winning daily mode of operation, what to include in it, how to schedule everything, how to put together kind of step-by-step instructions for your business. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. What were your biggest takeaway from this webinar? If you liked it, and of course, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, bye for now, and speak to you next week. Bye.